What's up, kids? Chris here. Happy Wednesday. Answering questions. Hope your agencies are rocking. Hope your work's rocking. Hope you're hanging out with your clients. Hope you're doing all the activity we're supposed to be doing, right? We're out there hustling. We're pushing. We're getting referrals. We're in active groups. We're doing the things we're supposed to be doing, and we're actually getting traction because there's so much opportunity right now in the market. There's so much out there, and you want to make sure you're taking full advantage of it because it's really, really important for you to be out there leading the charge, all right? There's people who need your help. There's people who need your services and what you're doing, and it's so important for you to be doing the work and doing the activity to actually make those connections happen, all right? Now, let's talk about content, publishing, all the kind of things that you have to do as an agency owner or as an independent contractor or whatever it is that you want to call yourself. Let's talk about how that works, and should you actually be publishing? Should you have your own Facebook group? Should you have a YouTube channel? Should you have a podcast? Should you be blogging? There's so many things that we can do as people who have a lot of information. What's up, William? But you got to make sure you're doing it in a really intelligent and smart way. And there's lots of people who just nonstop talk about, oh my gosh, you gotta have a podcast, you gotta have a Facebook group, or you should be on YouTube every day. You should be publishing. Is it right for you? Good question. I forget who asked this question. It came up yesterday. And I just want to make sure we hit that and answer it. So you got to do what works for you. That is the bottom line. Here's the point. Mike, awesome to see you. The point of publishing is two things, all right? Number one, it makes you really, really good at saying what it is that you do, all right? It gives you an opportunity to try and practice. Brenda, awesome to see you. Gives you a chance to try and practice and do the things that you do over and over and over. So publishing, if it's podcast, Facebook, YouTube, IGTV, wherever you're hanging out, those things help. It gives you that chance to practice. It also gives you a lot of active feedback as you're publishing and practicing. It's giving you live feedback. So like right now here live, yes, I can get live feedback. What I really mean is it gives you a chance to hear comments and questions and see how people interact with that and really understand, am I saying the right stuff? Am I reaching my market? Whoever your market is, it lets you practice. That's the first thing. So first thing is absolutely just personal growth and development. It gives you a chance to practice, get feedback, practice saying what you need to say and doing your thing. The second thing is it really gives you a chance to, and this is so important, to build an audience that knows, likes, and trusts you. Now, we all hear that know, like, and trust thing. That's not new. There's nobody new who's discovering brand new things in marketing. Marketing is just human connection, right? It's just making someone a friend, a colleague, a relationship that starts growing, and someone starts building a trust base in you and listening to you as an authority. So publishing doesn't just accomplish you being able to practice and know what your market wants and needs and how to say it. It actually gives your market a chance to learn and trust you. And that trust is so important. The trust there is what allows you to build opportunity. Now, there's lots of ways you can make offers. If you have a podcast, you can make offers, right? To come find out more of what you do, to join your thing, to sign up for your email list or whatever. You can also do that in Facebook groups. You can do it in YouTube and IGTV, whatever. But the real thing is just building the relationships. Now, the relationships that you build while you're publishing are pivotal relationships, but you have to be careful with that. So if you think, this is such a big thing to understand, if you think that just because you publish, you're going to start getting leads and you're going to start closing sales, that is absolutely not true. Anybody who's teaching you that and is saying, hey, buy my podcast course or buy my how to sell on YouTube or how to sell on Facebook or whatever, once you publish, you're going to start making all this money. That's not true, all right? What's true is that relationships open up opportunities for you to offer your help, your service, your product, whatever it is, in a way that's meaningful to someone else. Publishing just allows you to build an audience around you who begin to really lean in on your expertise. So we do a lot of podcast interviews, we do a lot of virtual summits. It's fun to do those things. I don't actually have my own podcast anymore. I used to have a podcast called I Share Hope. Y'all can all go check it out and see how awkward I was when I first started podcasting. I Share Hope. I did a podcast about hope and interviewed a bunch of leaders from around the world about the context and conversation about hope and how that really works. It was really fun, but I stopped doing that several years ago. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now, maybe, because it solved a problem I had in my own heart about hope, But it didn't generate leads because I wasn't trying to in that market. I've done multiple business podcasts and marketing podcasts, things like that. And the podcasts are fun for building an audience, but you should not and cannot sell. You'll exhaust your market. You can invite them to be more and more a part of your big thing that you're working on, and that's very appropriate and it's not creepy. Brenda, so very true, and shows that you're an expert in your field. Oh, well, thanks. So Brenda's nice. Thank you, Brenda. The thing is, though, that if we're out there and we say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna blog and sure enough, in 30 days, I'm gonna have all these sales coming in. Honestly, it makes me sad when I hear people saying that, because you're gonna lose and you're gonna be 30, 60, 90 days out farther from actually making money. It's not gonna move the needle. Relationships and going and getting relationships can move the needle. So yeah, you see key influencers or have these amazing platforms and they're just everywhere and they're talking and they're influencing and they're on YouTube and they're on iTunes and they're on Facebook and they're on Instagram TV, IGTV. They're on, they're blogging, they've got content. Like, how do they do this? And all of a sudden, all this business is flowing into them, but it's not because they just started it. It's because they understood the human-to-human connection, the organic process that makes a relationship happen, that allows someone to trust them and buy their service or product or information. They talk about that a lot on a podcast, but it's not the podcast that made them successful. Just saying, that's the truth. Hope that helps on the content thing. So yeah, you should probably get out there and publish. Pick a spot, don't get overwhelmed. If it's Instagram for you, do Instagram. If it's Facebook for you, do Facebook. If it's YouTube and you love video, do that. If you love audio, do podcasting. Great. You should do that for you, because the personal growth, the ability to tell stories, the ability to connect and actually answer and be relevant to your market, it's important. And you're gonna learn that. You're also gonna start building an audience, but it's not gonna make you rich today, okay? It's not gonna get rich quick. It's just not gonna happen. If you happen to get one amazing influencer in your market to like promote your podcast and wear your logoed hat or whatever, then you might move the needle a little bit, but it'll be very short-lived. Even guys like let's say Tim Ferriss, for instance. Tim Ferriss is kind of the problem child when it comes to really moving the needle and influencing a market. You get on Tim Ferriss's show and he talks about you for 15, 20, 30 minutes and talks about how great your product is. If he just does a commercial for you and tells you about this new coffee supplement you can drop into your coffee, he bankrupts companies frequently. He used to do it a lot more. Not because he was doing bad for them, but doing so much good, it would move the needle so much for that company, the product or service. You get a big influencer, they can bring you an enormous amount of traffic, but it's one shot. It's gonna happen one time. And you're gonna have to fulfill on all that. You're gonna have so much work, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna think your life's just changed, and then 30 days is gonna be over, right? Because it's not just that, it has to be consistent, long-term patterns. So getting rich quick or finding that one influencer to push your thing is gonna be helpful for a moment, but it actually will cause more trouble than it helps with, and you gotta be careful of that. So yes, go publish, so you can get good at your message, so you can get good answering questions, so you can learn your market. But don't think that publishing is gonna make you get rich quick. It's gonna make you actually get rich and be able to make a lot of money and do it in a lot less time. It's gonna be human organic connection, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, voice to voice, whatever, but really understanding someone's needs and helping them solve their problem. That's what's gonna help you move forward. That's gonna influence your publishing. It's gonna influence the content you create. It's gonna influence how you communicate on someone else's podcast or whatever when you're a guest. That's how it works. Okay, awesome question. Thanks for asking it. I forget, again, so sorry. I forgot who asked that question. I'll look back and try to tag somebody here so I can make sure it helps you directly. Have a fantastic Wednesday. I will see you guys and girls all Thursday. Tomorrow we have a guest speaker, and we'll be diving deep into things that are really relevant right now in this COVID thing and making this transition and getting clients and all that stuff engaged. And we can't wait to introduce that tomorrow. Okay, talk to you guys then. Have a fantastic one. Bye-bye.